What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones breakdown. Real crossroad fights for Cody No Love Garbrandt, and a big opportunity for Trevin Jones to come back and to be part of the UFC again. I really thought he was going to get cut after that 3-fight losing streak, but both guys are kind of like heavy hitters that just fold for some reason under the pressure, right? Cody's more of an issue of just durability and getting caught, and Trevin Jones is an issue of lack of activity and getting outworked. I wouldn't say no one's really outworked Cody Garbrandt since maybe Rob Font, and then maybe you could look at some other fights, but yeah, so this is a good fight for both guys. I like the fight, and it's a dangerous fucking fight, man. It's a dangerous fight for both. So, and I can't wait for it. But in terms of the stats, Cody Garbrandt comes with a record of 12-5. He's fighting out of Sacramento. Actually, he's fighting out of Vegas. Age 31, a height of 5'8", and a reach of 65.5. Trevin Jones comes with a record of 13-9. He's fighting out of Guam. Age 32, a height of 5'7", and a reach of 70. So, I'm not the biggest fan of Trevin Jones. But one thing I can't deny is Trevin Jones' power. He hits hard, and he has some good wins, right, in the UFC. Same thing with Cody Garbrandt. I am a big fan of Cody Garbrandt, but the biggest problem with him is he's defensively flawed, and he hits hard though, and he can't really take a shot the greatest, right? And obviously guys with power hurt him, but he has an issue with getting knocked out, and he's been getting knocked out a lot. So, and that's the biggest problem going into this matchup. But when you talk about skill for skill, I think Cody Garbrandt is better than Trevin Jones everywhere. Now, Trevin Jones has some good wins, right? You know, he beat Mario Batista, knocked him out, and then knocked out Timur Valiev, right? In both those fights, he really didn't do much besides he touched his opponent, he hurt him, and he got him out of there, right? But against Timur Valiev, he was losing that fight and getting completely schooled until he caught Valiev and finished him. With Mario Batista, he was kind of holding Batista against the cage and then eventually caught him with a beautiful lead uppercut and finished him. Then he fought Said Kurkamanov, got kind of exposed there, outworked, finished, and then submitted in that third round. Fought Javid Basharat, was too timid and got outworked, out-countered, and kind of just lost the fight, and it was just that simple. And then against Ronnie Barcelos, who's a good fighter, no shame in losing to Barcelos, got out wrestled, got outworked, and just got dropped. Man, he got completely fucking destroyed in that fight. So going into this Cody Garbrandt fight, coming off those 3 fights, I feel like the biggest lesson that he should have learned in all 3 of his losses is that he needs way more output. He needs to go for the kill, and he's coming to get the win. He's going to be super motivated. He has probably the biggest name value opponent of his career in the most lowest jeopardy in his career. So it's like if he loses, he's supposed to lose. You know what I'm saying? So there's no real loss for him. He has to go out there and just fight with his heart and put everything on his goddamn sleeve, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he has to go out there and just fight. And he has nothing to lose. If he loses, he's supposed to lose. So a lot of things go into this fight for Trevin Jones, you know. And that's why I really have a bad feeling. Like, even though I'm going to pick Cody Garbrandt just based on the fact that I'm a fan of him, and I think he should be able to win. But just the issue going into this matchup is that I just personally think that Trevin Jones has a real chance of knocking out Cody Garbrandt here. Even on Tapology, I think... yeah, it's 32% to 68%. So there are a silent minority, probably a silent or a loud minority that are picking Trevin Jones. But Cody Garbrandt, he's fought a lot of guys, and he's lost to some guys, but he's beaten some guys, right? Some of his best wins are probably Rafael Assunção, Dominic Cruz, and Thomas Almeida, and Mizugaki. Those are probably his best wins. You know, when he fought Dominic Cruz, he was 10-0 going to that matchup. He was 10-0. He became 11-0 after beating Dominic Cruz. He looked amazing in there. He had a great performance. Some people, they hate on the performance. I thought it was good. He looked amazing. Showcased everything he had in there. And, you know, Dominic, was just a perfect stylistic matchup because Dominic doesn't really have power, and he was able to really showcase his offensive boxing and it's just his slip and rip mentality and just all the good things he's able to bring in there. He just moving around, and he did his thing in there. He did his thing, but the issue was that we overvalued that performance and we thought he was the next bantamweight GOAT. And then he fought TJ Dillashaw twice, got finished. He hurt TJ in the first fight, but in the second fight got completely dominated, got caught with the same 3 counters over and over and over again, and kind of got exposed for fighting the pocket way too long, not being defensively responsible, and just not doing the right things. He fought Pedro Munoz, did the same thing, started swinging, banging, and then got finished, and that was dumb. Then he fought Sansao, looked good here, was patient, and he fought to his abilities, I felt like. And we haven't seen Cody Garbrandt look this good ever in any of his fights. Maybe it's because Sansao's old. I don't know. Sansa just won in his last fight, so it's hard to say where Sansa really is in the division. I think Cody Garbrandt, his thing is that he doesn't just utilize his full abilities. I just feel like he just only strikes in there, and he's always looking for that counter and just looking to slip and rip and get those quick shots. But I think if Cody Garbrandt, a guy like him, was able to utilize his wrestling, I think he could go really far and be a more complete mixed martial artist. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably one of his biggest issues. So we saw in the Rob Font fight, the boxing wasn't working. He went to his wrestling. He got a round off of his. I thought he won the first round. After that, I thought Rob Font outworked him, outjabbed him, just beat him to the punch everywhere. But that's the thing. Like, when you don't really use your wrestling and then you start using it out of nowhere, it's kind of hard to win fights like that because you're just not used to using your art, or that art that you're bringing into the fight in terms of grappling, right? You're not used to grappling like that. Then you tell yourself, I need to grapple because he's beating me up. It's hard to do that. And maybe you didn't even train for it. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes down to flyweight, fights Kai France, gets finished, and I thought that was a dumb decision by him. And yeah, now he's at the point where he was supposed to fight Julio Arce. Now he's fighting Trevin Jones. I think against Trevin Jones, I think he needs to wrestle. I think that's, I feel like he's going to do. If you've seen Cody Garbrandt's Instagram, he's been training with Dewey Cooper. He went down to Dagestan over there, and I think, or Chechnya or somewhere, and was probably wrestling a lot. He's also did some grappling work with Aljamain Sterling just recently. I think Cody Garbrandt is going to go out here and wrestle. I think that's what he needs to do to win this fight. And I feel like if you want to be more complete in this MMA game, you have to utilize wrestling at some point in your career. You have to be complete everywhere. And I think that's been Cody's biggest issue, is that he's just not complete everywhere. Is if he can really utilize his grappling and fights, I feel like he can close that gap and he can stop these issues of getting knocked out so much. And he might start a new run, you know? You never know. Fucking Cliff Dweller, Hump Boy Cody Garbrandt comes back with a vengeance. But yeah, I got Cody Garbrandt by decision here. He could finish him, but I think Cody should win this fight, honestly. I really do believe so. So I'm rocking with Cody Garbrandt here to get the W over Trevin Jones. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go like, comment, and share. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Love y'all, and goodbye. I'm out of here.